Oh. Oh no. Hey guys, I'm back, and today I decided I'm gonna show you some stuff. Some of the collectible clutter I have. That doesn't sound very exciting, but if you like vintage collectibles, or maybe they're not collectible to you, but they are to me, and you think you would enjoy checking some random stuff out that you might not otherwise see, then maybe you'd like the video. I don't know. I'm kind of just throwing random words out there to make sense that may or may not be making sense, so we're just, yep. Now you may or may not know already that I have a problem with shopping. In my head, I feel like if it doesn't cost very much, it shouldn't be a big deal when I buy it in larger quantities or more frequently. And that's the problem when you like to collect a lot of things, more so things that are older and hard to get now. You'll find yourself, or at least I find myself, at thrift stores, garage sales, or online virtual garage sale type deals more often and spending more than I need to, and then buying things and forgetting about them until you're trapped in your house during week 3 or 4 of a pandemic. Then all of a sudden it becomes quite clear how much you've purchased, and now you're gonna have to show off your stuff because, I mean, you bought it, so somebody's gotta see it. So if that sounds like fun, then stick around. And if it doesn't, maybe you'll like next vintage Jen found it in her basement adventure. So let's blow off some dust and check out what I bought and just how much I spent on it too, for no good reason at all. These ones here look like something I purchased 2 years ago. So let's go 2 years in the past to check out things from 15 plus years ago. Okay? Okay. The first item I'm going to show you is this 1983 Baby Kermit Jack-in-the-Box. It is white on the top and bottom, and it's green all around the center, and it's got a handle on one side. The lid that pops open is yellow, and so is the movable handle that should make our Jack-in-the-Box jack out of the box. That pop out of the box, that's what I meant to say. And then we have 2 stickers surrounding. On this side, almost dropped it. We've got Kermit the Frog here on a lily pad. I can't do that voice twice. He's floating on a lily pad, sitting on some water, and there's little fish and butterflies, a turtle, and some cute little ducks, and whatever these little bugs are, maybe mosquitoes, I don't know. But it's super cute. And then over here on this side, we have some Muppet babies, like Rolf the dog playing a piano. Rolf. I always say that's so funny. Rolf? Rolf. I don't know. We've got Gonzo blowing bubbles, and then Kermit the Frog, again, playing a little guitar. And then on the corner there, we've got Miss Piggy on a swing, Baby Fozzie Bear, and Monster. I think I actually got this one on an online auction type site, and it came in a lot of like 6 items, which you may or may not have seen before. In fact, I think I used to have this in a background display in some of my older videos, and I haven't actually ever tested to see if it works, so I don't know if it's just gonna be like boing or do like other Jack-in-the-Box type motions or sounds, like just bobbling and just have a boing sound, or if it's gonna play music or what, so we're gonna find that out. I'm scared. Where are you, Kermit? What is happening? Am I doing it the wrong way? Okay, backwards doesn't do anything. Something tells me this is broken. Why isn't it working? I can see the little latch on top. It doesn't look as though anything is pushing against it, so I don't know why it's not jacking out of the box. So I don't know why it's not, I know what I want to say. I don't know why it's not doing its jack-in-the-box motion. So I'm gonna have to try to just push it because I want to see what's inside it. So I'm gonna use a tool. I came prepared because I thought maybe we might need to test some electronics. Why didn't it work? Pretend it worked. Hold on. I'm gonna hold it down so I don't look so panicked. Ow, that's terrifying. If you were a child of the 84s and you had this and you recall this, please let me know what type of nightmares you had after, because I am officially terrified now. That sound is so loud and startling. I don't know if I want to keep this anymore, but we are going to continue on with my review of it because it is currently part of my collection and it was taking up space, and that's what I said the video was for. So here is Kermit the Frog. He has popped out of his box unwillfully and he seems to be in pretty decent condition. situation. I mean, there's not that much happening on his person, on his frogginess. He's just green and he's sitting on a lily pad, and he has a lighter green collar, red mouth with a tongue in there, and black and white eyes. Although the paint on the back of his eyes does need some touching up. But other than that, there's not much going on. And the biggest problem I'm having is that he doesn't want to pop out of his box. So I'm wondering if I was able to take it apart, which it doesn't look like I am since it's glued together and there are no screws, if I would have been able to oil anything up, making it easier for the mechanism to release, I guess. I don't know. I'm gonna push him down and try again. Maybe his startling jump has loosened something in there. I think we have our answer. So that's the end of baby Kermit. Not as exciting as I had hoped it would be. I was actually really excited to see him pop out, but now after experiencing it, I'm done. Next up, we have a 1999 Birthday Betty, and this is a cloth doll or a plush doll, and I love her. So you may or may not know this. I think there's probably only 5 of you who do, but I have a diner in my dining room because I'm cool like that. I have a 50s diner in my dining room, and for some reason, I thought it would make sense to have plush Bettys hanging around. I sound crazy. At this point, I have 2 up there, but now, apparently, I forgot about this, I bought another so I could have 3, and here she is. Now, this is a little harder to show off here, and usually I would go down to the table, but since she's so long, I'm pretty sure about 17 inches, we won't be able to see all of her at the table. Since the camera is so close, you'd kind of see like this, but you know, with lights. So we're gonna do it like this. This is my 1999 Birthday Betty cloth doll, once again, in case you missed that. And I picked this up for $4.99 at Tally's, which is a thrift store here in Canada. I'm not sure if they have them elsewhere, but it's one that we do have. She comes wearing a red dress with white polka dots and straps, and underneath, if we can get it off, let's try this. Oh, her bum is too big. Oh, we're gonna have to squish it. Hold on. There we go. And underneath, she's wearing a red bodysuit. She also has a lacy white garter with a red heart on the front and a gold ribbon on her left wrist as a bracelet. And on her feet, she has some red heels. As I put this back on and struggle with her giant behind, I'll mention that I haven't found any rips or tears on her, otherwise I wouldn't have bought it. However, because the flesh colored fabric is so fair, you can see all the stitching and threads that they hid within the fabric through the fabric. So I can see little red threads and little black threads and such, which is kind of annoying, but I guess there's not really much I can do about it. Her dress is in perfect condition, also no rips or tears. The fabric looked good, the stitching was good, and it did open and close at the back with one piece of Velcro. Moving on to her face, she has big green eyes, juicy red lips, and an itty bitty nose, as well as black brows and big lashes, some more folded gold ribbon to be her gold hoops, and lastly, her iconic black hairstyle. She just looks like the perfect little pinup doll, and she's gonna be a welcome addition to my diner for no reason other than the fact that I want cloth dolls in my diner. I should show you guys my diner one day, but first, it needs more stuff. Gosh, there's fluffies flying everywhere. You're making it hard to look professional. Next up, and probably the last thing for today, because I'm realizing it's going to take a bit longer than I had thought it was to check it out, is going to be a 1995 Princess Wishing Star doll. And this is made by Kenner. Technically, it's actually a whole thing. Kenner used to be Kenner, and then they were bought by General Mills, and then they were acquired by Tonka, and Kenner became a division of Tonka, and then later the entire shebang was just bought out by Hasbro. If you're interested in learning more about what companies bought what back in the day, then definitely look into it, because it's kind of interesting actually. But today my focus is going to be on this Princess Wishing Star doll. She's in need of a bit of care, but for the most part she looks like she's in pretty good condition, so I was pretty excited, especially considering I bought her for $2.99 at Value Village. Once again, another thrift store here in Canada. I do think there's a US version, possibly called Savers, or maybe that's just in a different area of Canada. I don't actually know, but realistically you can find vintage toys anywhere, so it really doesn't matter where I bought this, does it? I'm just so used to telling you guys everything. What is important about this thrifty find is that it looks like she's pretty complete. Somebody even attached her magic wand here so that it wouldn't get lost, which is excellent. And her shoes are painted on so they can't get lost. That's a big problem if you like collecting old dolls. Their shoes are usually missing, so good luck trying to find one if somebody donated a one-shoe doll. Like, who does that? As far as I'm concerned, if you don't have both, just don't supply either, because I'd have better luck finding a pair of shoes on eBay than just one. And even if I could find a pair of shoes, then I'll feel ridiculous when I still have one shoe on its own. I mean, I guess you could have a backup in case you ever lose it, but chances are if you're buying older dolls, you're not planning on losing anything because you're probably an adult collector. So, I mean, still pointless, right? Back to the doll. She comes wearing a nice pink dress. It's pretty tight around the bodice and then poofs off around the waist, and it's got 3 layers of pink. The first one is a shiny pink material with gold stitching at the bottom, followed by a pink tulle, and then on top we have a gold and pink overlay. It's really, really cute. And those same fabrics are also around her shoulders to create these puffy sleeves. In the center of her chest, we have a big silver star, and it seems to be pretty well attached. Like, it's not gonna pop out anytime soon, which is excellent because I've seen other toys that have something attached to their chest and they easily fall off and get lost over the years. So if you're ever looking for toys to collect and you find things with missing pieces, chances are you're not gonna be able to replace those, so just skip it and move on to the next. That's my bit of advice. Underneath her dress, she's got a pink bodysuit and it's got little pearls and stars on it, also up here around her neck, and that part there is actually visible when the dress is on, creating a neckline. And then on her feet, we have the pink painted shoes that also have little stars and pearls on them. And then on the back, she has a battery section, and I'm hopeful that she's gonna work, so we are gonna test it. But first we have to check out her head, because there's a lot going on here. She has quite a bit of blonde hair. It is sticking up in all directions. And then in the back, there's a whole mess of stuff going on. But from what I can tell, it looks like she has about 9 rows of rooting back here, possibly 1 or 2 more underneath the crown. And then she's got about 4 in the front, which gives us a visible total of about 13 rows of rooting. And since her head has been squashed in one weird position for years, it looks like, I could definitely see the scalp, and it's painted yellow by the way, and that the rows are separated by a fair bit of distance, creating quite a bit of bald spots. But I feel as though if this was well groomed and the curls were in the right position still, it may have been better hidden, but that's hard to say without cleaning her up and trying it out, because I didn't personally own this doll. Moving on to the crown on top of her head, this is a metallic silver, but funny enough, age has added a bit of extra color to it. I'm not sure if it's visible there, but in person, it's also gold, but it's supposed to be silver to match the star and her wand. On the front of the crown, we have 3 stars, a pink one with the word no, a greenish blue that says yes, and an orange one with a question mark. And they're meant to light up. Underneath this mess of bangs, we have our doll's face, and it is very rouged in the cheeks, oh my. She has bright pink lips, a teeny button nose, and her eyes are light purple and blue with little white dots and star reflections. And she also has a little bit of light purple eyeshadow and some blonde eyebrows. Oh, and she has ears. That's it for the doll. I'm gonna put it down for just a second and show you the wand. We've got little stars on the bottom and the tops, and it feels pretty heavy. I feel like there's a magnet in it. I never actually tried this doll before, but I think you're supposed to like wave it or something, and it's supposed to make her crown light up. Kind of like a magic 8-ball. We can ask yes or no questions and let the doll decide our future. Doll, do you work? No. So whatever batteries are in here from whomever the last owner was, they're dead. Now we're gonna switch down to the table and we can perform some battery surgery. That just sounds horrible. But we're gonna do it because we have to find out if it works. And I'm really, really hoping it does. Wow, that worked! I can't even believe it. Now that we're down at the table, I'll just show you what the wand looked like up close. There's the star on top and on the bottom. And in the back of the star, there's a little circle, and I think that's where there might be a magnet. I don't actually know how this magic technology works. Don't ask me. Here was the dress. So you can see all the layers of pink and the gold tulle and such, and the Velcro opening at the back. Inside you can see that it's actually really nicely made. There's 1 or 2 things fraying now, but to be fair, this is from 1995, so considering it's still together in one piece and hasn't been destroyed by children, I am going to allow it. And here is our doll's face up close. You can see that she's quite dirty. She is gonna need a bit of care, but for the most part, everything that I pointed out is exactly as I mentioned. Let's flip her over and take a peek at what we're working with back here. Let's just open her up and see if we can add some batteries. Moment of truth, what are we working with? Oh, I need that. Oh, oh no. Guys, this might not work. Are you seeing this? Let's add some zoom. Oh gosh. Looks like we had some serious battery leakage there, and I think it's coming from right there. It looks like the battery legit split open. This is not promising. there's a very good chance this will not work. So it looks as though my little joke about doll surgery has backfired, and now we are actively going into doll surgery, which messes things up a bit. We'll hope for the best. First thing I'm gonna do is tip out all this dry corrosion onto some paper towel. I would use a vacuum, but I don't want this stuff to go inside my vacuum, to be honest. Okay, so I've put on some rubber gloves, and in addition to looking super overly dramatic for this doll restoration surgery, they actually serve a purpose of protecting my skin from coming in contact with the dried up battery acid, because that just seems like a bad idea. I'm also gonna be wearing a reusable face mask so that I don't have to breathe in any of the dust particles that are floating around, because that also seems like a bad idea. And before anybody complains, I already feel super guilty that I'm wasting a pair of rubber gloves considering the current pandemic. I feel awful about it, but I also know that I'm restoring something that could be potentially dangerous and harmful to my body, so I do need to protect myself. And I've had these gloves forever, so chances are they've already expired. Can gloves expire? I don't know. Maybe I'm not really protecting myself, but at least I'm trying. Now, before I put my mask on and get muffled, I'll quickly mention that I plan to pop these batteries out, and I'll clean it as best I can with a stiff, dry paintbrush or toothbrush and see how far I get, as well as a little metal brush. Hopefully this would be enough to clean off the contact points for the batteries and the little coil inside, but if it doesn't, I'm also prepared with some Q-tips and rubbing alcohol. Masks on. Let's get her done. I bet you I'm muffly. I'm talking and it's fogging up my glasses. Okay, that didn't actually, hold on, let me move this. That didn't actually end up turning out too bad. I used tweezers to gently scrape away at the buildup of dried up battery acid so that I'd be able to relieve the tension, I guess, that was holding them both in. And it's actually not too bad inside, so I have a real hope that this could work. I am still gonna keep my gloves on because this is not entirely cleaned inside, but I don't think I'm gonna need to use the little metal brush because the coil doesn't look all that manky. So I think I might be able to use just a new stiff paintbrush and just gently clean around and sweep out the debris. But I will use the rubbing alcohol and Q-tips to clean them up properly because there is going to be some leftover battery acid on the connection points, and I don't want that. I also did get a new paper towel in case you noticed, because I wanted to safely dispose of that last one. So I'm just gonna brush it out. Man, I really hope this works. I find something so peaceful about cleaning up things that might be broken and have the potential excitement of having it work afterwards. How many people get rid of things because they think it's useless? But if somebody else finds it and knows how, they can fix it. I mean, I'm nothing special. This is clearly not a big task, but I mean, I have undertaken some other pretty cool restoration projects, and when they work out, it feels so good. Okay, I do plan on cleaning this regardless. As mentioned, I want it to be as clean as possible, but I think I'm gonna test a pair of batteries first, just in case it already works. I mean, it's good to know that kind of stuff. That's a bit crooked, isn't it? She has no on or off switch. In order to find out if she's working, we just take her wand and sort of wish on her, wave it over her body. And it looks like nothing. Oh, that's so sad. I was hoping it would work right off the bat. But since it's not, we'll take these out and give it a quick cleaning. Okay, so when I started this, there was a lot of corrosion, and I removed the majority of it right off the bat by using the tweezers to gently scratch away and pull out the batteries, following up with the paintbrush, which means there's very little left to actually clean. So I'm hopeful that this will do the trick. But I mean, I'm also a realistic person, and I know that it's very possible it might never work, which would kind of suck because, I mean, how else am I ever gonna get magical answers to my yes/no questions, you know? Okay, everything inside is dry, and now we're going to test the batteries. And these are brand new, so, I mean, if it's gonna work now. How do I just know? I have a feeling it's just not going to. Be magical! Aw, I'm so bummed. Is there anything else I can try? I don't even know. What do I do? What do I do? All right, I'm gonna give cleaning one more shot, but this time I'm gonna use a fine tip paintbrush and rubbing alcohol, just in case there were some spots that the Q-tip just couldn't reach and maybe I just didn't notice. Okay, I'm done with that, and now we'll try it one more time. And here we go. Nothing. Is it possible the magnet is just no longer strong? Hold on. I found a different magnet. Now don't laugh because it's super lame, but it's the only one I could find that would also be strong, and it's a magnetic tool tray. But it'll do the trick. Well, I mean, if this wand was in fact demagnetized somehow. I don't know. I mean, I cleaned everything possible, so. Like, yes. Are you, oh, I just hit the camera. Are you seeing this? So is this one just not strong enough anymore? Like, what's happening? Maybe we can like charge this. I don't know. I seem to remember in school, like something about recharging a magnet. I don't know. I'm going in only one direction. I mean, chances are this is really, really incorrect, but I mean, the wand doesn't work on its own. So realistically, this could either only help or stay at, hey, I don't work. Here we go. Will you work? No? Maybe it's just not close enough. Will you work now? Like, oh! Does it have to be a certain way? Like, is that a thing? Am I a genius? Did I yes, she just settled it. Yes, guys, if you were ever wondering, Jen is in fact a genius. Boom. Oh no, I accidentally gave her the option again. Nope, still a genius. Excellent. I was so worried I was gonna have to end this video on a sad note, and now I don't have to. So I'm gonna quickly give my princess, who has no name, a quick makeover, because, you know, that's not okay. Unfortunately, that would take far too long to show you how to restore doll's hair, but there are lots of videos on YouTube, and if for some reason you want one from me, just let me know in the comments, because that would be a video for a different day. In the meantime, I'm gonna quickly spiff her up, and then come back and show you. And also be super excited. I was so worried it wasn't gonna work again that I just like pressed my luck. Okay, be right back before anything goes wrong. Ding, 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 ding. I don't know what I'm doing. Anyways, here she is. She looks so 1995. It absolutely hurts, but I am really, really happy, especially now that we got her to work. I mean, I would have been happy if she still looked good once I gave her a little bit of a makeover. I mean, her bangs are still all over the place, but she looks pretty decent and hopefully still works. Do you still work? Heck yeah, she does. Okay, it's questionable. Her question mark is flickering. I need to ask a real question. Is there a lamer cool person than me? Judges? And the answer is yes. Oh no. Oh, I was about to say there's someone lamer than me, but I guess there isn't. Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna put her down. Actually, no, first I'm gonna let her hold her wand. And that seems as good a place as any to end off our video on a happy note, where I'm the lamest cool person ever, but now I'm lame with a working 1995 Princess Wishing Star doll, a 1999 Birthday Betty cloth doll, and a less than wonderful 1983 not working Baby Kermit Jack in the Box. I mean, 2 out of 3 ain't bad, especially since I was really losing hope on this one. That's it for the very first episode of What's in Dropping Doll, Jen's Basement. If you know somebody who enjoys looking at vintage random finds, in this case random toys, then please share this video with them. And if you enjoyed it yourself, then please make sure you remember to comment, like, and subscribe. You can let me know down below what your favorite thing is from today's video, or if you happened to have had any of these specific items, or what you are hopeful that I might have randomly picked up out of the thousands of products that exist in the universe to possibly show you in the future. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!